at 25,000 feet. We're en route to the storm environment right now.
The hurricane hunters are high-tech pilots and meteorologists who fly right into the hurricanes to capture vital information.
We're the verifiers. We take that uncertainty away and give the Hurricane Center ground truth of what's going on.
This storm will make landfall. We just don't know where, how strong, and when.
It's going to start getting bumpy.
70 years ago, the very first pilot took his initial flight. July 27, 1943. The unintentional hurricane hunter pioneer was stationed at Bryan Air Force Base in Texas when a hurricane was zeroing in on Galveston.
The first person really to prove that you could fly through a hurricane was a gentleman named Joe Duckworth, and it was during the 1944-ish time frame. He actually flew out over the Gulf of Mexico and miraculously made it into the middle of a hurricane.
It all started pretty much over a bar bet. A guy by the name of Joe Duckworth. They bet this guy that he wouldn't fly this T-6 into a hurricane. He took that aircraft and he flew into this hurricane. He was successful. He landed.
Back in the 40s, 50s, early 60s, they were flying basically by the seat of their pants. They didn't have radar like we do now.
They figured out somehow to get into the eye of that hurricane. He flew back and they picked up the weather officer there at the base that was responsible for forecasting the weather, threw him in the back seat, and then took him out to the storm.
The technology has changed, but the mission remains the same. Fly directly into the eye of the storm to get the critical information that shows where a hurricane will go next.
We're the only squadron in the world that routinely flies through hurricanes.
Isabel, Irene, Ivan, Katrina, Rita, Sandy. The hurricane hunters have seen them all. A proud tradition that has changed the face of weather forecasting.
How many people get to look into the eye of a hurricane with a full moon overhead, in the middle of the night and have the eye wall just all lit up? It's absolutely incredible.
I'm meteorologist Chris Warren, the Weather Channel.